Okay, I have the ace of clubs through the 10 of clubs and the ace of hearts through the 10 of hearts scrambled together. And then the jack of hearts as our helper card. Okay, well, let's go ahead and gather these. Now, since we saw the cards, I just displayed them. Let's go ahead and mix the cards a bit. In fact, you could tell me when to stop mixing in this way. Stop there, okay? In addition to that, you can randomly cut the cards wherever you like. Maybe like right there. That's just fine. That way you brought to the top a card that I had no control over. Okay, now at this point, what I'm going to do is deal out 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is half of them. Drop the jack of hearts on top and drop the remaining ones on top of jack. Okay, and now we're going to mix the cards according to your decisions here. So now we have a total of 21 cards now, okay? And so we're going to mix the cards into 3 piles, 7 piles if you would like, for the simple reason that 3 and 7 divide into 21, and it gives us aesthetically pleasing equal size piles, okay? But you're going to decide how we stack these, left to right or right to left? Left to right, okay, your choice. Very good. How would you like these piles stacked? Left to right or right to left this time? Right to left? Okay, that's fine. Your choice. Now, as a note to you as the performer, you can deal out into 3 piles in this way as many times as the spectator calls for. Okay, you truly can. With this random stacking from left to right or right to left, maybe they want left to right this time. Okay, let's go ahead and mix into 7. I don't know if we can fit 7. I haven't tested this. Okay. Oh, maybe we can. There we go. I didn't think we could. So let's go ahead and deal out into 7 piles. And here we'll randomly stack from left to right or right to left. Your choice. Left to right? Okay. That's just fine. Now, once again, a note to you as the performer, you can perform as many of these as you like. In fact, you can even go back and do some additional mixing into 3 piles if the spectator would like you to. I think that's 7, right? Okay. How would you like the piles stacked this time? I think last time you did left to right, maybe. You want left to right again? Okay. Okay, your choice. That's fine. Okay, I'm not trying to lead you to a certain decision. Okay, would you like to do any more dealing into 3 piles or 7 piles? 1 more into 3, okay? Okay, so think about how you would like these stacked, left to right or right to left, your choice. Right to left? Okay, very good. Very, very good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to deal either to you first, deal out 10 cards and I get the rest, or to me first. Who would you like me to deal to? You? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, we're going off camera. We'll leave this card as a helper card, and then I get the remaining 10 cards. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to play a little kind of lie detector game here. And our helper card, unknown to us at the moment, is going to hopefully help me detect when you are telling the truth and when you're lying. Okay, so I'm just hoping. Okay, so what I need you to do is take a look at your card and then state what you think it is, and then I will look at my card and tell you whether or not you're lying. Since I don't have a spectator here, I have to kind of reveal a lot to you right now while I perform this. But let's just point out the fact that these 2 piles now are coupled piles. What does that mean? That means that each level, they have cards of the same value. So for example, the spectator is going to look at their card, 10 of hearts, and then they're going to state what they claim it is, okay? Now you're going to look at yours right here. Now you see the 10 of clubs. Well, you know its partner card is over here, right? So if they say anything different than the 10 of hearts, you'll know that they're lying, okay? And most likely they'll lie for quite a few of these. So if they say 8 of hearts, you can say, well, my helper card here is sending me a signal that I think you're lying, or at least my helper card thinks you're lying. Okay, are you lying? And then they'll show, yes, indeed they are. Now your pile, what you may want to do is set it off to the side and then throw them off in a messy fashion so that cards get kind of mixed up, because you don't want the spectator digging through here and discovering the secret here. So the next one they look at, it's actually the 6 of clubs. You already know that because you have the 6 of hearts. Okay, so whether they tell the truth or not, you'll be able to detect that. Okay, and same thing here. In fact, what you may want to do is, notice this one technically, like they've done there, should go on top or something. But anyway, you can just kind of mix these up a bit. Okay, and then the next one they look at, they state some card, 2 of clubs. It's like, no, I don't think so. I think you're lying, and they'll put it down and go, oh man, how are you figuring out that I'm lying? Whoops, sorry. How are you figuring out that I'm lying, And it's, fairly easy for you, right? Anything different than the 7 of hearts, based on what we're seeing, will be a lie, okay? So you can go through and all of the cards, and then at the very end, you'll get finished, and then you can say, well, who's been our mystery helper card the whole time? Oh, it's the Jack of Hearts. Okay, I think that's why I was successful, because he always tells the truth. Okay, so this is a fun lie detection little routine that you could do. There's many other motifs you could use for this, but you can see that they match at each level. Okay, and that will always happen. Okay, so what's really going on with this? Okay, and so that's just one way of taking advantage of the knowledge of the structure of the packets. So if you want to come up with a completely different way, many of you will, because you're more creative than I am. So let's explain this. So where did we begin? Well, I'm going to show you a very simplified packet so you can kind of see what's going on here. Okay, so the packet that I started with was a 2-cycle, meaning if you break the cards in half, 10 and 10, and go back in time and look at the video, you'll notice that the first 2 cards in each set of 10 are the same value, opposite color, same value, opposite color, and so forth. Okay, so I just mixed these a bit. Maybe I had the 8 over here for the ace, and then the other 8 over here for this ace. And so you just scramble them in a way that it looks pretty random, actually. Okay, and that's all I did. Okay, but we'll leave it structured so you can see what's going on. Okay, so I picked this up. This is actually a cyclic construction. Okay, and for those who have studied principles on my channel, you'll know that you can perform random cuts, and it won't change the fact that that is a 2-cycle with cycle length 10. Okay, let me just quickly show you that. So now we start at 7, but the fact is, if you come over here, there's a pattern that repeats. So 7, 8, 9, 10, ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the very bottom. Okay, so it's still a 2-cycle. Better still, and I'll add a link in the description below, is to do a Charlier shuffle. This is a very useful shuffle. It just looks like the cards are being thoroughly mixed. In fact, I've shown this to PhD statisticians, and they are convinced that this is mixing the cards. And it was only until they tried it for themselves that they convinced themselves otherwise. Okay, so the fact is this is still 2-cycle. Okay, so you can do a Charlier shuffle and do it until the spectator says stop, doing that, right? Okay, and now what I did was I dealt out the top 10, 1. And think about it, what is it going to do to the order of the top 10 cards? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, it's going to reverse their order from what it was. So if I put the Jack of Diamonds right there, we now have a mirrored packet. What does that mean? That means if you come in on the outer ends, we have the same card values, 9, 10, ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 8, and then the Jack of Diamonds in the middle. Okay, so this is a mirrored pack, an odd size mirrored packet. Okay, and so now we're going to apply a brand new principle introduced on my channel just weeks ago. I call it the new stay stack principle for odd size packets. The traditional stay stack principle applies to even size packets. This one applies to odd. And to my knowledge, this is a brand new principle in card magic now. Okay, so what you do is you look at the packet size, which is 21, and for each divisor of 21, you can deal the cards into that many piles with random stacking from left to right or right to left, and it won't change the fact that it has that mirrored characteristic to it. Okay, so for example, if I deal into 3 piles with random stacking from left to right or right to left, this will still be, quote, mirrored with the jack of diamonds in the middle. Let me just show you that. Okay, even though the cards are moving around, I mean, now they're starting to get kind of mixed where people might not even notice, if you show them quickly, what's going on. So we have 9, 2, 5, 8, all the way to a couple of 6s and the jack of diamonds in the very center. Okay, so you can do as many of these dealings into 3 piles with random stacking from left to right or right to left as the spectator calls for. Well, 7 also divides evenly into 21. So that means you can deal out into 7 piles, okay, which is absolutely amazing. And then the spectator is completely free to decide, okay, should we stack these piles from left to right or right to left? Maybe they want right to left. And you can do as many of these as the spectator would like you to do. And you can go back and do another one. I think this is what I did. I finished on another dealing out into 3 piles with random stacking from left to right or right to left. Either one, spectator decides. Well, the fact is, it still has that property of being mirrored with the jack of diamonds in the middle. Look, we have the ace out here, 4, 7, 8, 5, 2, all the, oh, the 6s are still there, or they got put back there with all of that mixing. Okay, very good. Now, with this structure, what you can do is deal out to the spectator 10 cards or you. It doesn't matter, so give them the choice. So maybe they say deal to yourself, the performer. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, I went off camera. Okay. Now the 11th card will be that middle card. Okay. So I don't know if it's best to leave that face down as kind of a mystery card and a fun little kicker at the end, or to show it and say, oh man, that's great. That jack of diamonds is going to help me out. Okay. So the rest of the narrative, you can modify it, improve it, come up with a completely different one. Okay. So I really did think of that just minutes before hitting record. Okay. And then you don't deal these, you just set them down, because right now, let me just show you, they're called coupled piles. So at each level, these cards will have cards of the same value, but the opposite suit. Okay. Now you can take advantage of this information in so many ways. I just thought of this lie detection thing, like I said, just moments ago. Okay. So if you want to take advantage of this knowledge in a different way, use your creativity to do that. Okay. But the way I chose was they look at theirs, and whatever they state that's not the 6 of clubs, I know they're lying. And so if they, oh, sorry, 6 of spades. I forgot we switched to diamonds and spades. So anything different from the 6 of spades, I know they're lying. Okay. And then as I mentioned, these cards, as they get discarded, maybe have that one on top and then maybe scoop this one underneath. Just kind of try to mix these up and just toss them to the side, so that they get thoroughly mixed up, because you don't want the spectator digging through the garbage over here and detecting, wait a second, there's a 1-to-1 correspondence here. And so if you do that, their discard pile is almost certainly going to look very different than yours. Okay, so anyway, I thought I'd share this with you, and it's another example of a brand new mathematical card principle that I have simply called the new stay stack principle for odd size packets. And for those who are familiar with the stay stack principle, that should pique your curiosity because the traditional stay stack principle only applies to even size packets. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.